I want to urge you to read the Declaration of Independence today. And read it all, not just the highlights. Read it all. Read what are called the usurpations, all the things the king did before they said, okay, we got to break away. If you are feeling like, oh, we've taken so much, read the usurpations. Our founders went through a lot more than what we have gone through. And we have an election in November. I say you get everybody that has ever said anything like, I kind of like freedom. Get them to the polls. Because this is it. And without an election, you only have civil war. And that is not going to be anyone's friend. You know, the Bill of Rights is broken up into 3 sections. First one is a safeguard for your liberty, for the individual's liberty. It's the first 3 amendments. And it's a shackle on the government. It says you can't do these things, can't violate. Then it's the safeguards of justice, the guardians that stand by to make sure if they try to accuse you of something, that it's done fairly and correctly. Now, people can go bad, and they have. They have gone bad. And governments have been corrupt, and police forces have been corrupt. But it's a more perfect. We strive to build a more perfect union. So that means we can never stop trying to get better. We're going to ebb and flow. We're going to get good and bad. The last time we had these kinds of times was the McCarthy era. Don't take that from me. Take that from liberal professor, a guy who voted for Joe Biden. He said it to me about an hour ago, Alan Dershowitz. But look at what Alan Dershowitz, the price he is paying now for standing on principle. He is paying an enormous price. His friends have abandoned him. He's no longer respected in half the country. And half the country that used to hate him now loves him. That's insanity. The safeguards of justice, Amendments 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, those are the things that we're violating now with Donald Trump. Because all of that, the Fourth Amendment, is all about search and seizure. You can't be frisked by a police officer just because. You can't have a search or seizure of stuff from your property by government officials without a few things happening. Can't search your car. Can't just take things. See, these are the things that are being violated. And they're being violated because someone in the government is so desperate to make this man into a criminal. And you know, because you listened to me, when they first started going after Donald Trump for the Russia collusion, I said to you, there's a chance. I don't know, but there's a chance, and it should be looked into. Well, it turned out not to be true. And my staff will even tell you, I told them when we started our investigation, I want you to turn over every single stone. And we did. And we did find corruption, but it was corruption coming from Clinton and Biden. I had no idea we would find that. I thought we would find stuff on Donald Trump. We didn't. And neither did the rest of the media. And because they can't give him a fair trial, they'll try him in the public. That's what yesterday was about. They're not going to find anything. They're not going to apologize. They won't even clear his name. You watch. You watch. It's just to stigmatize. How many times are they going to do this? They haven't been able to find all the stuff they said before, so they try him in the court of public opinion. Then, when that turns out, they try him for something else. Now we're back to, I guess, Russia and secret documents. Does double jeopardy even apply? No, because it's the court of public opinion. And this is the way the government starts wars. This is how you start saying, we got to get them Indians. And because we are so angry and we fear the same thing, have you noticed? They scream about fascism. Now, I think there is 10 to 20% of the left, not of the left, 100% of the left, and about 10 or 20% of Democrats that actually know what they're doing. The rest are just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And I mean crazy because they look at us and say they're crazy. And they say that because they're not hearing us. We're not talking to each other. We're not actually... Look, you cannot hate somebody when you get to know their story. And I'm going to put a caveat on that. I think Hitler. I think I could hear the Hitler story and still hate him. But the average person, once you get to know them and you hear, how did you arrive at that conclusion? Why are you feeling that way? And you get a chance to talk, not to accuse, not trying to win, but actually talk. Things change. But is anyone willing to do that now? Most likely not, because we both think the other is a fascist. I think there's pretty good evidence that a group of people that are building an army of IRS agents might be headed towards the fascist direction. The one that violates, like they did yesterday in Mar-a-Lago, a principle that we have had forever. Have we not had dirty presidents before? Have we never had a corrupt official in government before? Of course we have. Of course we have. Some of the most corrupt presidents, you wouldn't believe how corrupt they were. Did we ever go in and search and seize things in their homes after they were out, while they were still being active and might run for president again? Never. Never. And if you did, you better have a damn good reason for doing it. If they find a dead body, or they find some secret spy ring that, Trump is calling into Russia with, okay. But if it's some documents, I think to be a country, we have to have laws that are not of men. A country of laws, not of men. They should have been applied equally. And I'm not saying, yeah, but look what they did. I'm saying, no, look what's being passed up. You've been a witch hunt of this man. And this is why it's so important. They've done a witch hunt on this man while left evidence, video evidence of crack and hooker and backroom deals. They deny any of that. The system does. And yet they are trying to destroy this guy. And so they will do whatever they have to do. You're already seeing the beginning of this in your life. When they can't use the system to put you in jail, that's why it's coming through the IRS, I guarantee you. When they can't get you to toe the line and you haven't committed any crimes, because they'll put you in jail. But they can't do that. Overwhelm the system if they're trying to put everybody in jail. So they take the first step, and that is scare the hell out of you. Make sure you know you're going to lose all your friends. You're going to lose your prestige. You might lose your job. You'll lose your kids might be pariahs in schools. I don't want to cause any problems for my kids. Good, then just behave. Shut your mouth. They're doing this. That is what dictators do. And then they get most of the people to shut up because they're afraid, And then they take the final people out, the people who are like, you know what? I ain't sitting down. Those people are either disappeared, shut up, put in jail. Something happens to those people. Nelson Mandela, Dietrich Bonhoeffer. We have to know our rights. We have to know what we're fighting for. And we have to fight at the ballot box November. We are so close. We are so close. And they are going to do everything they can to get you so mad you're blind with rage. I'm telling you the most effective weapon, and this is why they're doing it, is the ballot box. They're trying to get you to strike back before the November election. Vote their asses out. Put people of character in, that when they say they'll protect and defend the Constitution, they'll actually do it. This could be a landslide election. I've tried to figure it out in the last 24 hours. What is the end game here? What do you think you're going to get by doing this? Only thing I can think of is they're trying to poke a bear. Meditate on the teachings of Jesus. Meditate on the teachings of Martin Luther King. Meditate on Gandhi. Read Bonhoeffer. And I will see you in November at the polls.